Yo, it's your boy DJ Phat Mack, Phat Mixx Productions, right back at you with KBDR, Beat District Radio. You already know what it is. We back with you with another episode for Beats and Vows. And today, if you just don't, well, first of all, if you tuned in for Beats and Vows, first of all, it's all about a wedding podcast to get to know not only some of your local and hottest wedding professionals that's around the St. Louis metropolitan area, but also get some tips and tricks for any couples, anybody inspiring to jump into the wedding field or anything like that. And today I have the one and only. When we talk, if you have not seen this man's work before, I don't know what you've been doing. You've been sleeping under a rock. So I want to introduce everybody to the one and only Mr. Terry Bams. Sound of air horns.
I appreciate that, bro.
For sure, man. Hey, it's a pleasure, bro. It's definitely a pleasure to get a chance to have you in this seat, man, to talk shop and talk about your experience and, you know, what you've been through and what you're going through, your aspirations and all that, because I know this is just the beginning. This is just the beginning.
Yeah,
so,
I agree.
So introduce yourself, man. Terry Bams, a cinematic Bam. So how did we get here? How did all of this get started for you?
Well, first of all, getting here, to be honest, you're now, as of Sunday, you're my second podcast interview ever.
Get out
and
of
I
here,
ain't did
bro.
it because of you. Like, I don't really, because for me, like, I'm all about timing with things.
For
so
sure.
like, I try to wait until I feel like it's the right time to do a podcast for this and for that.
Yeah.
But once you hit me up, I said, I gotta go show up for my guy.
That's
so you got the second
that's
podcast.
love,
and the other one, it was their 100th episode, and they just was like, we gotta have you for our 100th episode.
Hey, that's dope, though.
So I
Hey,
was like, all right, cool,
that's iconic within itself. They chose you to be the 100th guest, man.
Yeah,
that's
100th
dope.
episode. So I said I got to do
dope.
it. So, man, so the film business for myself, it happened by accident. It wasn't anything I planned. I never went to film school or any of that. I mean, probably over 2 decades ago, I wanted to do film, but once I started looking at editing programs, it was so complicated. I'm like, I ain't messing with this. And so the story goes, my wife, she wanted to do a YouTube channel.
Okay.
And I'm like, you're not consistent enough to do YouTube. Like, you got to drop videos like daily. Like, that ain't you. And then plus, like, who's going to edit? Who's going to film? Who's going to do all this? So, you know, I'm a supportive husband. I'm a supportive man. So if my wife or woman want to do something, let's figure it out.
Let's make it happen.
I was like, let's do a family vlog channel. You know, this was probably like, this had to be at least, this is 2025. Let's say 10 years ago.
10 years ago. Okay.
So I knew I had to learn how to edit. So this guy knew, he did actually weddings, but I didn't want to do weddings. I just wanted to know the basics on Final Cut, how to just work it, blade, trim, just the simple stuff.
Yeah.
Paid him $60, showed me the simple things. And so we had the family vlog channel, you know, filming the kids, trips, different things among that such. It allowed me to be creative because there was no expectations. Like, this is just us. It's us doing it. And fast forward, I had owned Curation Smoothie and Juice Bar, 2 brick and mortars, one in St. Peter's and one in Florissant.
Okay.
And I had said to myself, do I pay someone to shoot our commercials or do them myself? So I bought more equipment, started shooting them myself. And then other business owners like, man, who's doing your commercials? Because I'm not putting my tag in nothing.
Right.
This is commercial
You
work.
just, yeah.
And I said, me. And they're like, what? I'm like, yeah. So I started shooting their commercials. And then my cousin, I started shooting things for her, baby showers and little knick-knack stuff. But I never planned none of it. I just wanted to get the camera to just shoot stuff for the store. That was it. And I had to pay no one. So she hit me up and was like, can you do this wedding? I'm like, nah, I never did a wedding before. And I'm already in the back of my mind like,
look here, doing a wedding, you was like, okay. And it's got to be somebody you know first. Nobody just gonna hit you up randomly.
Right.
Somebody you know.
So, but even before then, like what happened, the good caveat before then was I knew a guy, he was already filming weddings, but editing gave him anxiety. And so he was like, can you please edit these wedding films for me. I see you doing videos. Can you just edit them and just put them together?
Yep.
And I'm like, yeah, sure. And I'm glad it worked out that way because I didn't understand file space, rendering, just so much that come with so much data and so much space when you're shooting all this wedding stuff. So man, I crashed the hard drive messing with it, just all type of stuff messing with his stuff, which helped me when I got to my stuff.
Yeah.
So fast forward, I told my cousin, I was like, I'll do the wedding, but I did research first. Like I got on YouTube and I was like, you know, I'm a type of person where I didn't want to do what everybody else was doing. Like I wanted to have my own touch on it. Like when you see it, you know it's me.
And you have achieved that so far. But we gonna get into that. We gonna get into it.
So I had seen these guys in New York and I had liked what they were doing. And I said, you know, I'm gonna take that and put my own spin on it.
Right.
So I did the first wedding, and from that first wedding, I had got that she had wanted more. She even tipped me $400. She had wanted more. Like I gave her what everybody else giving people, highlights. I'm like, you know, this is what's going on. And she just kept asking for more and more. So then I got to my second wedding and the officiant was so thorough with everything she was saying. I was like, I can't cut this all out. This is good.
Yeah.
So at that point I was like, you know what? I'm gonna start doing full wedding films, 20-30 minutes, and just put it together like a movie and let it flow for their whole day. After that second wedding, things just took off.
Wow.
Yep.
2 weddings and it took off like that.
Yep.
That shows a testament to what you do, bro.
Yeah.
That shows. So with the people in New York, do you still follow them, or did you ever reach out to them or anything like that, or just kind of something?
No,
that
you know what's crazy? I can't even remember who it was now.
Oh wow.
It's just, I think it was just somebody randomly. I just like YouTube like cinematic weddings or something and just went through a whole lot of them, and I was like, ooh, I like this one. Because what they did was too, they named all the wedding films, like they gave it a name. And I loved that. I was like, hey, that's dope. I'm like, I didn't know if the couples named it, but after a time I was like, nah, I think they naming these films. So then I started doing that, and still like I'm at 80th now, and no couple never has made me change the name.
Nothing. You
they just
do
let
it
me
yourself. Yeah.
Do me.
Yeah, as you
know.
And that's dope. So what made you want to do the cinematic route versus, like you said,
just
I know
regular,
you said that everybody else was doing,
right,
but you don't think you want to take a twist on that versus the cinematic route?
I don't know, man. It found me. Like I said, I was looking, and even my sound now, like it took me a while to get to the sound I'm at now. Like I still was playing around with the feel of it. I knew the look of it, but I still couldn't find. It's like a producer. Like you can be doing a beat, you can be hitting the snares, the bass, but you're like something missing. Something still missing. You know. And what happened was, fast forward. See, with me, I get inspired by people like other videographers, cinematographers, photographers, whoever. Like it's no competition for me. It's like I get inspired by people. What happened was, I remember my wife told me, she was like, with the trailers, she would speed past the interview part and get to the other parts, and I'm like, that ain't the purpose. So I'm like, if you doing it, other people gotta be doing it.
Yep.
So I had seen this guy, he does I can't remember his name on top of my head, but I know him. But he does he's out of, I can't remember where he's out of, bald head black guy, with a beard. He does reality style weddings, where he take the wedding day and he makes it into like a reality type of show feel to it. It's dope. But I couldn't do it because it required bringing more cameramen in. It's just more work.
Okay.
But what I did get from him was the trailer. So his trailers was different. His trailers basically took the people talking, entwined with wedding scenes, B-rolls, sound effects, bop, 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 boop, boop, boop. I said, ooh, that's it. I went to Kansas City, and I remember telling the couple there, the bride, I say, because she's seen everything else. She's sold on everything else. Yeah, they like it like what it is.
Is that the one that I keep seeing lately, where she was like, look, I brought him in from St. Louis.
No, they from Chicago. They from Chicago.
Hometown. Okay. But
so and another one is they from Florida.
Yeah.
And
this man traveling. Just to let you know, he's just not local. I know I said St. Louis, but this man,
I shoot more out of town than in town.
That's dope.
That's the crazier part. And don't let me forget where I was at in that story.
Okay, but my bad. Kansas City.
To go back. Well, no, I'm gonna stay right there, and I'm gonna go back to the next story behind that.
Okay.
Because it's important. So when I got to Kansas City, I told the bride, they get the makeup done. I said, "You about to get my new trailer?" And she was like, "Oh, for real?" But you don't know what you're getting. So man, I gave him that thing and put that thing on it. Man, that really, at that point, like I said, like a producer, now I found the melody. Now,
I got it now. I got it.
You know, and that's what basically made me change my format. But getting back to the Florida, I'm glad you brought that up about Florida. I brought it about Florida. So I didn't get out of town until I took my own risk to get out of town. Like for me, whenever I do something, I always think on a wider scale.
Yeah.
Like I just don't want to be in St. Louis. Like, no, it's a billion people in this world. I can't limit myself to St. Louis. So I had this bride hit me up, and she was like, she basically, quote unquote, someone she got scammed. But what I think was she paid for photography and thought she was getting video and just wasn't. But she like kind of ran out of money. So I'm like, cool. I said, give me 500, which ended up just giving me 250, and I'll cover the cost for myself to come and shoot. And you'll just pay me my money. Yeah. And that's when you'll get your film or whatever. I brought an assistant with me. I basically paid like $2,000 out of my pocket. Yeah. But this was before I like kind of knew. I travel so much now. Now I know what to do and what not to do. So then I had got a room at like, it was like a Red Roof Inn type of deal, man. I had to go to Dollar General, get some candles, some air freshener, and I was like, man, listen,
you got the black light on the sheets,
bruh. I'm like, I'm not this broke. Like I can go get a decent room,
least Holiday Inn,
bruh.
Least Holiday Inn Express.
And then my guy, he from New York, so he like this normal for him. He's like, cool, I'm riding with you. Yeah. So long story short, I ended up getting another room, and we shoot the wedding. It was like a brunch wedding on like a Tuesday, Wednesday, and she supposed to have 75 guests. Only like 20 showed up. So long story short, I ended up almost having to sue her to get my money. But I say all that to say, if I never took a chance on myself and took that wedding, I wouldn't have got out of town, because a little bit after that, I had a wedding in New York, a wedding somewhere else, because they seen that wedding and I was in Florida.
So he travels.
Yeah, and now, I mean, 3 years. I started April 2021, so April this year, 4 years in, I don't get nobody question me about if I'm gonna show up or not.
I love that.
They know I am.
That means you're legit.
Yeah,
you're legit. Yeah. You certified in these streets at the end of the day, and I love that, man. I love that. So what is some of the things, since you started this journey, man? What are some of the things that you was like, I love doing this, but I hate doing this at the same time?
You know what's crazy, man? Now being 43, it took me this long to find something I was finally passionate about, or something that found me. Where working weddings, I love weddings. I always tell people that I can have a box office, sell a movie, and I still do weddings. Kind of like Tyler Perry still doing plays.
Yeah.
It's just a love for it. It's because everything is just improv. It's like it's no reshooting. It's like nothing. You have to love to do it. Yeah, it's just it. You only get one shot at most of these shots.
And I tell people, wedding day, a wedding is it's game 7. It's a Super Bowl. This is it.
This is it. You don't get another shot.
Literally, as a videographer, you get one shot.
You get one shot. That's it. Unless you're shooting B-roll stuff. But other than that, you don't get another shot. So what I love about it is I'm a part of these people's life for the rest of their life.
Facts. For you, yes.
Whether you get divorced or not, you're going to remember who I am because I was a part of your wedding day. What I dislike about it the most, man, I would just say the time, because Cause I
It
mean,
ain't enough time.
Cause I don't give people time limits. So I start my days normally when the bride start her makeup. So if her makeup start at 11, I'm there from 11 till the lights come on.
And cause I seen that where I was, talking to the bride, and on my form it says, "Yo, how long, your videographer?" The whole time I was like, the whole time.
Yeah.
Where do you do that?
And the reason why
I'm not mad at it. I love that.
The reason why I do it is because like anything can happen. It's your wedding day.
Anything can happen.
Right. What am I about to do? Go home and what? I ain't about to do nothing.
And it depends on what type of. The biggest turn up always never fails. It happens after the videographer and photographer leave.
Exactly.
And I'm looking like, who catching this?
Exactly.
And I'm using my stuff and stuff like that and try to.
And then another thing
nobody catches that.
Another thing was when I got into the industry, like I asked my cousin, I asked other wedding coordinators, like if you had to name 3 things that's the problem in this industry, what is it? And they said time. Videographers don't stay the whole time. They always charging them by the hour. Turnaround time. Some of these people don't get their stuff back for months. And I'm like, what are y'all doing? Like, I can't sleep at night. My clients get their stuff back in 7 business days.
Bro,
Max.
that's classic.
Max. Most time get it before that. And then the other one was like cookie cut packages. Like, this package for this, drone $5,000, 4K $2,000. You want slow motion? $100. Like, I'm like, bruh,
nickel and dime.
Yeah,
nickel
like,
and
this
dime
your
the whole
word.
time.
Like, no, you about to get this 4K. You about to get it how I want to see it. So when I went in, I'm like, I thought logically, like, it's their wedding day. I'm gonna stay the whole day. I'm gonna eat. I'm gonna drink. I'm gonna be here. We family for the day, so I ain't going nowhere. And then I got one package. I'm already here all day. You get a trailer that's 2 to 5 minutes. You get a full wedding film that's 20 to 30 minutes. You get extended film that can be over an hour. That covers your whole day. Yeah. Back in 7 days. And that's what keeps me booked.
I love that. Now, so you only because we're talking about how people found you.
Right.
So we already know social media is king these days, right? Do you only release the trailer via social media and give the 20 to 30 minutes the whole photography to the
so it's all on my YouTube channel.
Okay.
What I don't release is the extended film. Because the extended film will have like the speeches, and extended films be like over an hour, and I'm like, no one's gonna sit and watch this. Yeah. But I put the trailer out normally on like Facebook and IG and everything because of the size of it. But the actual full wedding film, the size of it, I just put it on YouTube, and whoever want to watch it, go watch it. But that's pretty much it.
I love that. Now that's dope. So, have you ever had a problem with a client that doesn't want to do what you do? They just said, what? They was like, we want your skills, but at the same time,
we want it this way.
We want it this way. And do you have to like?
Yes and no.
I don't do that.
I'm gonna say more no than yes.
Okay.
Because believe it or not, I shot my 80th wedding Saturday, and no one that I have did their wedding like we fully did it have told me what they wanted.
Okay.
They just don't. They don't ask me, do you need our song list? Do you need this? Do you need that? Or we want our trailer to be like this or like that. They just don't, in a weird way. Like, I was talking to my brother about it because he getting into weddings and videography, and he was like, so what do you like ask them and tell them? I said, I don't. Like, I just show up. I shoot. I leave. 3-4 days later, I give you your trailer. They excited. They happy. And I say, your film will be ready by another day or 2. I give them that. They happy. Here go to extended film. I move to the next one. The only time that it doesn't work out that way, I only had a few times, but what I didn't do, I didn't take the client on.
Okay.
I just didn't take it on.
You just didn't like,
this ain't gonna work.
That's not.
Yeah. Once you get my thing is, once you get to like doing too much, like asking too much, and can you this ain't gonna work. Yeah. Because I've been spoiled where my clients
they don't ask for it. They just like,
hey,
hey, just do your thing.
Yeah,
just get this work in.
Right.
And so, because I noticed even with your trailers now, we was talking about songs, stuff like that. How do you pick that? Like, what made you say, you know what? I don't want a song. I don't want the latest Migos song or the Future or Drake song or whatever.
Production.
That shit is fire.
Man, when I did that Kansas City wedding, the thing was, you know what I was doing? And I can pull up some trailers and people won't even know. I was taking songs, so like when I drive out of town, I randomly just listen to music. Mm-hmm. And what I'm listening to is the melody, just the production of it, not what can I take from this. So I may hear some violins or some horns and a Swiss beat song, and I'm gonna get in a program and I'm gonna rip them horns out. And then I may hear some violins and Pharrell song. I'm gonna take them violins out, put that over there. Yeah, I was literally doing all of this myself.
What?
Sounds. Yeah, I'm taking that out.
You out here producing for real,
taking
bro.
Taking it out, putting that in. So when I got the Kansas City wedding, I don't even know how I found it. And this gonna be a secret caveat for whoever watches. It started off by me listening to movie sound scans and movie sound scores. And I was I was like, you know what? I might got something right here. So I started searching other ones, and I'm like, ooh, I got a whole catalog of stuff I ain't even used yet that I just got saved. So that's my secret. I started going to movie sound scores.
That's dope. And once again, it sets you apart.
Yeah.
It sets you apart from everybody else. Like you said, it's not competition, but it's just like, hey, when you get cinematic, this is what you get. You finna get this work.
Yeah.
You finna get this work at the end of the day.
I want to feel like you're watching a movie. Mm-hmm. I want that trailer to hit. And you know the bad side about it is, the problem I have, the trailer be better than the film. And the client knows that. That'd be the problem. They'd be like, oh man, the trailer was great, but the film, and I had it happen 3 times. I never forget. And I told all 3 of them, I said, it was your day. Yeah. Like, this is authentic to your day. I say the trailer is all me. That's me creating it, making it do what it do. Mm-hmm. I said, but your day is your day. And they both, the bride and groom, I laughed and they're like, yeah, man, you're right, but that trailer was a mother.
I just gonna keep running the trailer back to back.
Be on it.
I'll keep running the trailer back to back. Now, what is the one thing, how do you connect with your clients? You know what I'm saying?
How do I get
beforehand? Necessarily not how do you get them. It's like once you get them, how do you connect with them to know how you want this cinematic film to go?
That part I don't. So this is the other weird part about how my business works. So I primarily use just Facebook and IG.
Okay.
That's it. I boost my promo, and I'm able to target wherever I want to target. So I'll use one promo, and I'm gonna target the whole United States. Mm-hmm. And what I do is I target, if you mention anything about weddings, proposal, engagement, a lot of keywords that's gonna stalk you once you see one. And I'll take that same promo and then I'll target like within a 200-mile radius. Like, where can I drive to? It can be Tennessee, Illinois, Kansas. So I'll just target them too, right? And then the way it's set up is, once you hit play, here come my message behind it, under it. Hey, so and so. Hey, Jimmy John. We booking weddings for 2005, 2027. What's your wedding date? Boom, they give me the wedding date. Bop, I come in with my spiel, how much it is, bop, 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 bop. Then the conversation starts. Right hand to God, out of 80 weddings, I probably only FaceTime, talk to somebody before I got there, maybe 5 times.
Really?
Maybe 5 times. A phone conversation, maybe 7, maybe 10. For the most part, I don't talk to these people or I see these people until I get there.
Get out of here, bro.
Yep. I don't have.
This is unreal.
I'm telling right. My wife is my witness, and people that know, like, I do not talk to most of these people until I get there.
That's unreal.
Yep. They paid in full.
Yeah.
Everything. Like, I got people that didn't paid in full for 2027, 2026, and I ain't seen them or talked to them.
Nothing.
Like, physically.
Yeah.
No, just through Facebook Messenger, IG, and that's it.
So let's talk about it. Do you think that's the wave now? Or that's just in a sense for your business model, or do you think that's a way for everybody in a sense in the wedding industry? Because we talk about, people getting ghosted, and,
right?
So forth, and
right?
They like, you came for me, and then next thing you know, you don't want to call me back.
It depends. I know now how my clients react when I get there. They just see me up here, like some celebrity status stuff. I don't see myself as that. I'm like, I'm just a guy that make wedding videos.
Right.
But they look at me like that, and they look at all my work, and I'm pretty sure they go to Google, and it's nothing negative about the company out there. Like, if you book me, you get this work. I've never missed a wedding. And they just don't. Like, case in point, the lady I had at one of my promos, the lady in the beginning, she had on white, and she was like my videographer from St. Louis. She was one of the ones that was skeptical. Like, I had to give her references,
really,
all those things. But
that's Chicago, though. That's what we do.
No, she was in Florida.
She's in Florida. Because you so far.
Right. Yeah, but she wanted it.
Yeah.
That was the thing. She's like, look, Terry, I done been looking and I can't find nothing that compares, and I want you. Mm-hmm. She said, but I'm just afraid that you. She's like, no disrespect to you. I'm just afraid that you won't come. And she's like, do you have any references I can talk to? And I'm like, yeah, sure. Pop, shot at them. And, my people hit me up. They're like, is this so-and-so? You know her? I'm like, yeah, it's cool. Just tell her whatever she want to know. Because I'm good with my brides. I'm like, I don't have no bad blood with nobody. So I can see whoever you want. And she talked to him. She circled back, paid in full, and gave me $100 tip when I left.
I love it.
Yep.
I love it. So what do you think? Is it all because of social media? Or, of course, I don't
get
know.
some
I'm trying
referrals.
to figure out referrals.
Yeah, I get referrals. So
okay.
The way my business work, I get referrals. It's just I get more of my business from Facebook than referrals right now. Like, people, they be taking too long. Yeah. Like I said, I'm booking already in 2027. Like, people already paid in full for 2027. So what happens is, like, even locally, they'll be trying to hit me up 3 months prior, and I'm like, nah, bro, that been booked since last year. So locally, they just drag their feet, and even people out of town be like, I'm just shocked, like, you're not shooting locally more.
Yeah.
And I'm like, they drag their feet. Yeah, and people out of town spending more money, but I think the way things going with me, far as social media and stuff goes, and with contacting people and talking to people, it could be the new wave. I don't know what other videographers and photographers experience from their interaction with people. I do know I do have a company that I am contracted whitelist from, and this what's crazy is I told somebody that, and they're like, you? I'm like, yeah, because I need white clientele. I need that. And I'm not getting that on my own. So what happens is I use that company, and our agreement is I got all access to the footage. I can do whatever I want with it. Yeah. But I just can't release anything for 30, 60 days because they take a month or two to send it to the client. So I got to wait for that. Yeah. But I'm now able, I have now so much of that. Now I'm about to make my own promo with just no black people in it, so I can get the white clients.
So let's talk about that. So with those 80 weddings, is all of them have been black couples, or it's just a
97%?
97%.
I mean, the white couples I got on my own has been one.
Really?
If they're white, it's a interracial dating.
Okay, gotcha.
Couple,
yep.
But not like the one I just shot in Bloomington. Okay. When I just shot in Bloomington, 279 guests, a castle. Like, it was amazing, and I'm just like, they hired me on their own, even though they're gonna still get this work from me, but like, it was amazing, and I don't get those clients.
Why is that? Is it because it's strictly of promo on that's all they see?
I don't know,
what do you think it is, bro?
My conspiracy is, I think, and this is what I'm about to test out, because I'm about to do my same promo, same sound, same voiceover, and I'm only going to put white people in it. Yeah. And I want to see, because I think Facebook and IG has technology where they can put that promo where they think it needs to go for the audience.
Yep.
So I'm going to test it with that, and if I start getting a lot of white inbox, then I know, like, okay,
that's what it is. Yeah.
And I can be on the knot, but the thing about the knot for me is it's too expensive.
It is. We just gonna leave it at that.
It's too expensive.
We gonna leave it at that.
Yeah.
Never mind.
For the amount you can spend on the knot, I get a better return on Facebook.
Bro,
I just get a better return.
End of the day.
Yeah, I get a better return. It's just not. And don't get me wrong. When I was on the knot, I did have inquiries from white couples.
Okay.
But for the return on investment, I need them to book a little bit more.
Yeah.
For it to make sense.
So, have you been doing any wedding shows?
No. What happens with the wedding shows? Unfortunately, since I'm a one-man band, I either be already booked most of the time. I already have something booked on that day, and I've had big wedding expo like owners out of town. They see my work, asking me to come and give me a discount on a booth and everything, but I be booked already. So
my suggestion is that, because with the wedding shows, what I've learned personally is that sometimes, yes, you are looking for bookings, but it's also relationships with other wedding vendors. And guess who's there? Those event planners that you've never seen before a day in your life. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. Those caterers and stuff like that you've never seen, and they start seeing your work, and it's like, I may got something for you.
Now I would say that's where my referrals come from. Right. It'll come more from event coordinators and planners versus someone that got married. Yeah, and like, you need to use this guy. Yeah. But I do have like a handful of event coordinators. Like, look, if you want this work and you want it back fast and you want it to be good, this is who you need to book. Yep. So I have got a lot of referrals.
Yeah. That's because the reason why I say that, because that's where, when I started doing my other clientele, it came from there. It came from there. You know what I'm saying? Because of course we all starting off, like you said, it's your cousins, it's somebody you went to school with, or whatever, and then it just started. Eventually got to branch off. You know, it was funny because I helped out with somebody with a wedding. You know, I was just like, hey, you know, you need assistance? Just you kind of jumping off into the wedding game as a DJ. Cool. Let me come and help you. I want nothing out of it. Just want to, making sure everything is good. And as I was doing it, I was like, man, I remember these. The simple fact that it was just, it's not at the Four Seasons. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? Put it that way. You know, even the clientele, you can tell it was like, hey, they've been serving steak and lobster at some places. Bro, I left. Now it's just like, you get this creme de la chicken. Man, something like that now. It's like, I think I'm like, I'm on a different bracket at this point.
Bro, where I just left, had to be a 16-ounce ribeye for 279 people. And it was, bro.
Come on, man.
Man, listen.
Come on, man.
I ate good.
I know you did. I know you did. It's like, hey, you supposed to be doing something. Look, man, I got some more steak left.
Man, listen.
Let me get back to this first. Yeah. Let me get back to this. So let's talk about the day of, right? How, like you said, since you really don't have a lot of communication, because we want this work. You come in. Right. Do you plan out shots before then, or you just like, hey, we gonna let the day flow and see what it takes us?
No, not really, man. I just I might get the timeline. I might not. You know? Cause this is the way I look at it. I'm here. As long as I know where the bride at, I'm good. Like, nothing can start without her. So as long as I know where she's at, that's why my day starts with the bride. Like, I used to film everybody's makeup, but then it's just my days got longer. I'm there 8 o'clock in the morning to 10 o'clock at night, and I'm like, nobody cares about seeing little Susie makeup. Like, and so when I start my day with the makeup with the bride, after that, we'll shoot the interview for the trailer, which is about a minute. and then I move. I'm always starting with the women first, then I move to the guys.
Okay.
The guys are always simple.
Yeah.
Some suit shots, boom, we done. So after the guy, now I'm moving to the ceremony. Set up my second camera, seeing what the lighting's like. Most of the time, what I do that I know a lot of people don't do, I go to the ceremony rehearsal. I do that so I can get familiar with them. They see me. Definitely I'm out of town. 9 times out of 10, I'm going to ceremony.
You there anyway, yeah.
Right. I'm already here. I get to see them. They get excited. We get to rap. We get to talk and see what's going on. So that way, I'm not walking in blind, not knowing what's going on the day of. So then after the ceremony, we move to the reception. They walk in for the reception part. First dance, garter toss, bouquet toss. Now they dancing. The night is over.
Yeah.
It's the same movie every time.
It's the same movie every time.
It's the same movie every time. I mean, they may have some different things. Like, I just shot a wedding in Kansas City where they drove off in the car, different things like that. But other than that, it's the same movie.
Yeah. Do you have any pet peeves for your day of? What's something that just like it gets underneath your skin and you just want people to stop doing? Like
photographers not realizing that video doesn't stop. You could take a picture and move, another picture and move. My video is still rolling.
Yep.
Man, I'll never forget the one in Chicago, the one that was like, this my videographer.
Yeah.
This guy, oh my God. Bruh. Right where your water is at in your hand, he was right next to the bride and groom like that during the ceremony, trying to get
the whole time.
Shot, bruh. And I'm like, do you not realize I'm recording video and you're in all the frame? And the thing is, I don't mind the photographer being in the frame because you're part of the day. Yeah. You're like a video op. It's fine. You're supposed to be a part of the day. But my pet peeve is just photographers. Like, and it's only that way is because like the wedding I just shot in Kansas City, I did the photography and the videography.
Okay.
With one camera the whole day. One camera, whole day. So it's like, I know how easy your job is, respectfully. Yeah. I know how easy your job is. Get a bigger lens and you can get in tighter without getting in tighter. And the thing is, I don't like, my pet peeve is, another one is just interrupting these people's space. It's their wedding. Like, I don't have to be this close to you. Like how close we are.
Yeah.
I shouldn't be that close.
We don't have to. You shouldn't.
No, I should be right at wall as that. That's about close I'm gonna get to that other wall because I got a lens big enough to get in this tight if I want to.
Right.
So I don't want to interrupt these people intimate moments. Yeah. And I had weddings where photographers like, bro,
they all in a
back. Like, what are you doing? And I'm petty. I won't edit that part out. I'll leave them in there just so they can see.
Just so you can see.
Just so
that's it. If that's not the most petty label I've ever seen in my life, I'm gonna. You gonna see this in this hour, this 30, 45 minutes. Like, that was him. Like, why you couldn't? He was there the whole time. My bad. That's what you pay for. My bad.
Listen.
Yeah. So. So you usually solo dolo for the most of yours.
99% of the time.
99% of the time. So what all are you bringing? So you bring in drones. What all you bring?
Drone is automatic. That's in the bag. You know, he ain't paying. I'm gonna use drone just to set the area so you know where I'm at. So when you're watching, you can know where the viewer knows where they're at. Yeah. I bring 2 cameras, both the R6 Mark IIs, same lens, 24-70 L series lens with Canon. And I bring some lights, gimbal, tripod, and that's it. That's all I need. Yeah. I just don't need a whole lot going on.
Do you keep your lights on the whole time during the dance? I'm just depends.
Yeah, it depends. So if the DJ got some good lights and he got his lights on, I won't use mine. Yeah. But if the venue would let the lights, if they turn the lights down, then first dance, then partying, I'm just using spotlights. Because what happens is most of these venues, and also another thing is most of these, the clients, the bride and groom, they pick these spots based on what they've seen and how they see it with their eyes.
Right.
They don't take accountability of like, it's too too dim for video, or how it's gonna look on photos and different things along that such.
Yeah.
So I'm always bringing my lights, because like I had a situation in Arkansas. The wedding was outside. They waited. They were so late, and I don't even know why. It started getting dark, like dark. And as the day was going on, the wedding supposed to start at like 7. The wedding supposed to start at 5. This started at like 7:38 for whatever reason. And I'm like, man, I gotta go get my lights, because it's about to be dark out here. And it kind of saved the day. But I could have been petty and been like, well, y'all supposed to start at this time. That's the reason why the video is dark.
Yeah, that's why the video dark.
You paid me to do a job.
Facts.
So it's my responsibility to get some lights and put on there. The same thing with the first dance and things of that such. I can very well have the venue keep all the lights on and it just look however it looks with lights on. But I know it looks better with the lights down.
Yeah, it looks
key
better.
Lights on them, so I can darken the shadows in the back and everything can be focused on them.
Yeah, for sure. It definitely looks better. And then even when a party starts, right?
Yeah.
I had a videographer, bro. His 2 spotlights on the dance floor the whole time. I was like, you are killing my dance floor.
Wait, you had your own lights?
No, he had his lights. So I had my lights too.
Right.
So I had like some
colorful
lights. Yeah, yeah, but he just had the spotlights on the crowd the whole time. Because we turned the lights down, the effects lights are going and stuff like that. But what I came to realize is that, and just coming from the club and everything like that, is people, unless it's a day party, when it's light, when it's bright,
right?
I don't know if it's an insecurity that people have. They're like, I don't want to get on that dance floor.
Yeah,
they don't want to get on the dance floor. They're just like, it's too bright. Everybody go see me.
Yeah, but see, like if the DJ has his own lights, like the last wedding I was just at, I had my lights. I knew it was gonna be dark because it was outside. The reception was outside, and he was in a tent.
Yeah.
And the DJ, I was talking to him, hey man, you gonna have your lights on? He's like, yeah, I'm gonna have them on. All right, cool. But he was like, he says, I forgot what he said, but whatever he said, I set mine up just in case. Just had them just set up so I could turn them on. And once it got dark and he had his lights on, I'm like, I ain't about to waste my battery.
Yeah,
like,
don't waste your battery at all,
like,
man.
Nah. And I'm with you too.
Yeah.
Like, that's the reason why, like, during the first dance and everything, I have the venue turn the lights down. So that way everything can be focused on them. And even when they start dancing, turn the lights down so people can come, dance, whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
It's the same way I look at with me having like a hard light on my camera.
Okay.
So if it's dark
and
me just putting a light on my camera, I hate that. I don't like that. I don't like putting a hard light on somebody, because then it's like when you got that light on your camera, it's like now the person looking at you like, hey, you filming me?
Yeah. So either they go do one or two things. Either they go just go completely like, yeah, we partying, or they go like, nah.
Yeah,
I got warrants, bro.
Nah, I don't like.
I got warrants. I can't be out here in these streets like this.
I don't like the whole light. I'm only using. My thing is with film, and what sets me apart from a lot of people, I like whatever's naturally going on.
Yeah.
I don't want to input something unless I have to, for the video's sake. But if I got enough light from the DJ, enough light from the venue on the dance floor, I don't want to add too much more light to take away from what's really going on.
Yeah. Now, do you see yourself at this point? What's the next step?
Movies.
For you? Movies.
Yeah, I'm already working on that. Yeah, it's movies, and I got Pop the Balloon.
You got to Pop the Balloon.
That's doing well.
Let's go back. I forgot all about the damn Pop the Balloon. How can I forget about Pop the Balloon? Is that your baby for St. Louis? That's your baby.
That is
nice. Nice.
Yep. That started from. I was watching Arlette's.
Yep. Arlette's,
and I was like, man, that could be pretty entertaining in St. Louis. So I made a status because I knew most time with doing stuff, definitely something like that. Like you either partner with someone that does production, or you about to pay somebody to do all this. So I'm like, well, I already do it. I just don't want to have to do everything, get the people. I just want to be able to production. So when I made the status, I was like, I wonder how entertaining Pop the Balloon would be in St. Louis. Like, I want to do it, but I want some help. And then it just went from there. Got the help, and everything was trial and error, just trying to figure it out. to perfect it, and now we got it. Now it's there. It's there. Yeah, it's there.
I love because I watch it.
Appreciate it.
I watch it all the time.
It's entertaining.
It's very entertaining.
And it's real.
Especially for St. Louis.
It's 1000% authentic. I get some people asking me like, y'all be giving them scripts, I'm like, no, like, trust me, we gave these people scripts, they would definitely mess it up.
Oh, they're gonna
screw it up. They're gonna mess it up. No, these are authentic people from St. Louis, born and raised, most of them, and everything you hear and see is authentic, happening that day. Yeah. I don't cut nothing out. I don't edit anything in. It's raw, whatever's going on.
I love that. Because people from St. Louis different. They're different breed.
Very different.
But I'm telling you,
very different.
I'm just like, they don't care. And then my thing is, how we know St. Louis is a big little city at the same time.
It is, and everybody know everybody.
Yeah. So that'll be my concern. Come in like, boom, no, you dated my homegirl.
If you think you instantly look like something,
pop, you look.
Or if you think you something, Pop the Balloon will humble you real quick.
Oh, real quick.
It will humble you real quick.
So we had one for Black Alumni at SIUE. So they had a Pop the Balloon version for Black Alumni Weekend. And they was so when they put it out there, and I was like, oh, that'd be dope. And they was like, so you gonna do it? Hell no, I'm not doing it. I'm not that secure about myself like that. And then so the host was like, yo, I'm getting mad inboxes, bro. They was like, Phat Mack go do it. Phat Mack go do it. I'm gonna do it. And I'm like, so they ended up convincing me. I was like, look here, if I get 3 back to back, son, I'm walking off the stage.
What happened?
As soon as I come in, if I hear pop, 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 you know what?
That's what I would do.
I'm out. As soon as I get 3 back to back, I'm out. I'm walking off the stage. So it didn't happen. So it went quick. It went quick, but I was like, look, that will humble somebody real quick. You be like, pop, pop, I ain't even say nothing.
Right.
At least let me
Man,
talk.
That'd be the thing.
Nothing.
Man, sometimes people don't even get in the frame yet. They just walked right through the door. Because this is another thing people don't know. Our contestants don't see each other until they come out.
Until
they come out. Yeah, we separate them good enough where they don't see each other. Until either the man or woman walk through that door, they didn't see them, and it'd be hilarious, bro. Because I got the headphones in my ear, listening to everything, and I see the person come in, and they already bought me. I'm like, he ain't even made it to the freaking studio white yet.
Now, do you see it coming? You was like, he ain't gonna make it.
Yeah, at this point,
he's like, I'm looking at this outfit, bro. You ain't gonna make it.
Yeah, at this point, I told guys, I'm like, man, you might want to take them goals out. Come in with them goals, they're gonna get you. Take them out. Or like, or I tell them like, prepare your questions because you're gonna get to ask some questions. Mm-hmm. Like, I kind of know who gonna get popped real quick and who gonna be out there for a little while can ask some questions at this point.
Yeah, that's hilarious. So films.
Mm-hmm.
What type of films that you want to do, or you just want to like, hey, just kind of get your feet wet and then go from there, or what are you thinking?
I got something already written.
Okay.
It's just a matter of do I want to, because that's my baby. That movie is my baby. So it's a matter of do I want to play with that first or play with some other things. What inspired me was I'm like, I look at all this stuff on Tubi. I love Tubi.
Yeah,
and I'm like, some of this stuff I can shoot better on my iPhone.
Oh man.
So I'm like, I already got the equipment. A lot of things with videography and film is just confidence.
Yeah.
A lot of things I do with just weddings is just confidence.
Mm-hmm.
I'm confident in certain shots I'm going to pick and do that's going to separate me from other people. But also it's like, I know I only got this one shot, so I can't F it up. I gotta get this shot perfect because I don't got another one to play with. So with films, what's holding me back was, for me with film, weddings, no matter what it is 2 things that's important: what you're looking at and what you're listening to. How does the sound quality of it? That's more important to me than what you're looking at. Because if the sound isn't good, what you're looking at won't be good. But if what you're looking at is good, but the sound isn't good, they have to go hand in hand.
They gotta go hand in hand.
So my dilemma with films was I gotta get me a sound guy. And I'm so busy with everything I'm doing, I say it'll fall in my pocket, it'll fall in my lap. And it did, my cousin.
There it is.
I started doing Pop the Balloon, and I had an episode where I think it was episode 2 or something, and I set the mics on the wrong settings, and the audio was just horrible. And I spent so much time just trying to fix it just to get the episode out. And I put it out anyway. I'm like, I'm gonna get the views. It's horrible. They're gonna say it. I put it in there like, the audio ain't good. And my cousin was like, man, I could have fixed that. I'm like, bruh, you couldn't have fixed this audio. So I sent it to him, and he like, yeah, man, you're right. I can't fix it. But he was going through, he was going to school for it.
Oh,
and,
okay.
I'm like, that's my family. Like, that's my first cousin. Like, my birthday the 8th is the 5th. And that's my cousin that, in a funny way, he always doing stuff with me. Like, I own the lawn care business. He was working with me then. I did something else. He's working with me then. So he always that cousin that's like, he right there. And he ain't never count my pockets. Like, I pay him, but he ain't asked to get paid. But I'm gonna pay you because you working. So it was once I found him and I told him, like, use this as your stepping stone. You can learn trial and error with, because we had a reunion, season 1 reunion with 17, 18 people mic'd up.
Yeah, same.
This was the problem. So my homeboy was like, I can get you Renee's for nothing. And I'm like, cool, let's do it. And I'm thinking, like, cool, we can, after the reunion, we can come out, eat, drink, XYZ. And it was in the middle of the day on a Saturday. This is the problem. The music. I didn't consider the music.
It was because they was
music
DJing. It was they had music on, period.
And they kept turning the music up. And I said, can y'all please turn the music down? So my cousin, when he edited that audio, he got to not only drown out the music, but also just edit the audio itself from multiple people talking over each other. It was a lot. It took him almost a month to edit that reunion. And then the flip side of it, by the time I got it back, I go to plug in my hard drive, that mug shorted and then crashed. After I got it back after a month. Bro, I was
lying to me, bro.
And then what happened was, I'm not moving so fast, but I'm confident in the way I store everything, and the hard drive I got was supposed to be foolproof to not do what it did. I had no other backups. Only thing I had was the file that I sent him to edit the audio on, which was like a compressed smaller file.
Yeah.
And that's what you see. You see the compressed smaller file, me just trying to make it look better and putting it up. But
it was way better than that.
Yeah. So now I got my sound guy. Now I'm confident with moving forward with the movies. It's just getting the time. It'll be next year.
Okay.
Definitely next year.
It's gonna happen. Happen.
Definitely.
To the meantime, we're doing weddings. So what are some things that you like with couples? What's some advice like when you're looking for the videographer when they go book cinematic bands? What are some tips that they need to be looking for or they should be asking?
Well, I would say anybody they book, make sure they do weddings. Just because someone does photos doesn't mean they're a wedding photographer. There's a difference.
Say it for the people in the back.
Same thing with DJs.
Same thing.
Like, just because he's a DJ doesn't mean he's a wedding DJ.
It's a different.
Like, it's a different. Yeah, it's a different beast. You like, DJs can really make and break some weddings. I didn't seen it. With the mics messing up, not playing the right song, not playing a song on time, not reading the room. Like, I didn't have some brides that's been pissed at some DJs, boy. So it's really just hiring people that do weddings, because it's different. Weddings for videographers have to deal with a lot of low light. So you have to hire a wedding videographer that knows what needs to be done dealing with a lot of weddings with low light and just the whole day. The same thing with photographers, like I mentioned earlier about photographers all in the shot and just like all next to the camera.
All in the videos.
Yeah,
come over here to death row.
Girl, move out the way. So, man, hire people that do this. You know, that's the key thing. Hire people that do this so you can enjoy your day.
Yeah.
You shouldn't have to be worrying about what the DJ doing, what the photographer doing, what the videographer doing. You should be enjoying your day. And that's what I always tell my clients. I'm like, look, don't worry about me. Enjoy your day. I'm going to eat after y'all eat. You ain't got to ask. You ain't got to look for me. That's my rule myself. When bride and groom go eat, wedding party go, I go. So you ain't got to worry about me. Worry about your day. Enjoy your day. Yeah. Don't worry about me. So if you hire people that do this, you can enjoy your day.
And that's where you talking about eating. Because when they do plated, man, these venues, they're like, yeah, vendors, y'all go somewhere. We'll serve y'all eventually.
Bro. I don't play that.
And I don't think they understand the aspect of when you do that. We're now sitting there for 20, 30 minutes.
Right.
Then you give us our plate.
Now it's time to work.
And now it's time to go back to work.
Yep.
So when are we supposed to eat this?
Yep.
I get that you got to serve these people, but we got to get back to work.
Yep.
And so now I'm over here eating some chicken or whatever at the DJ booth
right,
or whatever.
It's cold.
Like, come on, man.
Yep.
That's trash.
Yep.
They don't understand that.
So, yeah, I don't play that, bro. If it's buffet style, man,
buffet style,
they get
I'm
up,
doing my own thing. I don't care.
And if it's plated, I find somebody and I'm like, hey, bring me a plate. I don't give a crap. And if somebody not had them say, you know what? I said no. I say because while you're feeding everybody else, they're going to eventually start their first dance. And if I don't eat now, I'm not going to eat. And like, oh, I didn't think about that. Yeah,
they never think about that.
Like,
they got to serve these guests. They be all right.
Man, they going to sit there and eat, and they going to probably leave after they eat anyway.
They going to be all right.
Yeah, and
we
I
still
got
work to do to 12 o'clock or whatever the case may be.
Yep.
I'm like, that is terrible.
Yeah.
So what are some of your key points that you will give to somebody who's inspiring to do this? I know you don't do a lot of like the training aspect. You was.
Yeah, I did cinematography classes for 2 years.
What happened?
Man, people ain't serious. They do a lot of talking. Obviously, I'm not doing it for free. I was only charging $1,200.
That ain't
but this what come with it though. Let me tell you what come with it. It was $1,200. I'm your mentor for life. You have access to me whenever you need me.
Yeah.
And I'm a one-man show. I can't go shoot all these weddings. I can't go shoot all these parties. I can't go shoot all these fashion shows. I can't shoot half of the stuff people hit me up about. You get all the spillover. Anything I can't shoot, boom, here you go. And I'm gonna tell the people, look, this is my mentee. Book him. He'll take care of you. And people just wasn't serious. Like it's only one person I train right now. I think about 10 guys. And there's only one guy that's doing it. That took it serious. And that's the difference. Like I have a passion for this. I love doing this. No one taught me how to do this. I taught myself how to do it. So no one has to give me a boost up to want to do it. But I can't give that to y'all if y'all really don't want it. And I think some people want to do it for the idea of making money. You gotta love doing it.
You gotta love doing it.
You gotta love doing it because it's some work.
It's work. Because it's going to be work, especially working with clients and stuff like that. It's going to be work. So you've been blessed where you's like, I don't have to deal with them as much. Where they know the work I'm going to put in.
Right.
They know the quality of work I'm going to put out.
Right.
And all that good stuff. So you've been blessed in that sense.
Right.
But a lot of people,
we
getting phone calls, we getting emails.
I don't talk to them that much.
Goodness.
No, another thing I would say is if you starting off, my first wedding I did for my cousin, I did that wedding for $500. The next wedding I did for $750. Mind you, I had rented 2 cameras, 2 lenses, like everything for those first 5 weddings was probably just
you came out
a
your
wash.
pocket.
Yeah, I came out my pocket. I mentioned I paid for my flights and everything to Florida. That same year I did 3 weddings for free. You have to show people what you can do for them to pay you.
Yep.
Starting off, because they're not gonna trust you. It's their wedding. So people are more likely or easier if you can't really show them anything and you like, look, I do it for free just so I can do it. Now they may still be like, nah, this is my wedding day, and have a backup person probably, but no, the ones I did for free, they ain't had nobody else.
Just nobody else. They just trusted you.
Just trusted me.
That is.
That was it. And I gave them that work, and each of them tipped too. Each of them gave me money, so it still worked out.
It still worked out sometimes.
It wasn't as much as what I should have probably got, but it was still something.
Yeah,
it was still something.
Because I already know you're like at the point where it's like, okay, are you still trying to go even more, like far as price wise?
No,
or you still climbing?
If I'm being 100% transparent and honest, I'm trying to get to the point where I'm doing less weddings for more. Only because like pop the balloon is less work, more money. Mm-hmm. So it's like if I can do pop the balloon like we doing it for way more money for less work, just put out the hour episode, make some reels and chill at the crib versus wedding. I gotta travel the day before. Be there the whole day, then after the day over, now I gotta edit. It's just way more work.
And sometimes I think because where I came from, I was like, man, I was doing events, I was doing weddings after wedding, just knocking them out, right? And then now it's like I ain't as busy, but at the same time, my price bracket is a little bit different. Yeah. So I'm like, oh, this works out. You're right, because. Before, you're charging $500. Everybody go book you for $500. Yeah, everybody want to go book you for $500. Yeah. When you start getting up into the, a couple
thousands,
let me see if I move my checking over to the savings.
But I tell you what's crazy. My price point ain't even that expensive. Like locally, I'm anywhere between. I don't even have like a price. My price depends on how I feel for the day. What the shit? It depends on how I feel. It depends on what the client says initially. Yeah. Like it just depends. Like it just depends on a lot, because if I feel like you may get on my nerves, I'm gonna charge a little bit more. If I feel like, I'm looking at the couple, I'm like, oh, they cute. Okay, this is in so and so Louisiana, middle of nowhere. Cool. Like my rule of thumb, if I haven't been somewhere before, I'm gonna charge you less probably.
I feel where you're going.
Because if I ain't been there before, you got to remember, if they got 100 guests, now I'm marketing to 100 guests because I'm there. Yeah. And they going to want to see this film. Like, case in point, I went to Marksville, Louisiana, like 2 weeks ago, I think. It's in the middle of nowhere. I had to fly into Alexandria to get there. It was an hour drive from Alexandria. The rental car places are closed on Sunday, so I had to get a two-row car. But I had to Uber to the two-row. There's no Uber in the area of the actual airport, so I had to do the old-fashioned thing, find a taxi company that wasn't a taxi company. They was a taxi company but didn't have a taxi car. They was more like an Uber service, but on their own business. That charged me $30 for a 10-minute ride to get the car. I get the car, drive an hour out to the hotel where the wedding was going to be at. But I say this, the bride, she absolutely loved me. She said, even her husband told me, he was like, you the only man I allow her to get excited about. Like he said, other than her marrying me, she was so excited, couldn't shut up about you coming. And but on the flip side, I left, her bridemaid booked the next day. Didn't even say anything. She booked the next day.
Love it. Because I was I've seen this a few different times from a couple of DJs that I follow that's not even from around here, like Jersey and Carolina and stuff like that. They said usually when you're doing an event, especially with weddings, you are actually doing it for the guests, because you're doing it for your next client. You know what I'm saying? You're not spending for your client technically anymore. You spending for your next client. Client already booked you. They already already
paid.
They good.
Yeah.
So you spending for the next client at the end of the day. So
that's true.
That's when you talking about reading the room and stuff like that. But like, yeah, I get that grandpa is like bopping his head to Temptations or whoever, but technically he's not your next client.
Nah.
Because ain't no bride, ain't no groom go listen to their grandfather. Yeah. Be like, hey, you look like that man Terry Bass know what he doing. You need to go on and book him. All right, George. All right, Grandpa George. Whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, you looking for that bridesmaid. Right. You looking for the other brother. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever the case may be. That's what you...
And then what happens is with those clients, now you can charge more if you want to. Because they already seen you there. They already know you can make it.
Yeah, man.
And with that bride friend, you ain't even seen the work yet. You ain't even seen it yet.
Yeah.
So with them, I make the choice. It depends. I knew what I went through to be there, so I'm like, yeah, you're gonna get a little bit. I'm gonna charge you a little bit more because then I got stuck there. For almost 2 days. So Dallas had a bad storm. Couldn't fly to Dallas. Was my connecting flight to St. Louis. So they canceled the flight for 2 days. I ended up having to rebook, pay out of my own pocket to fly to Delta. I had to get back to film Pop the Balloon. Yeah. So I got to get back. So I ended up paying out of my pocket to fly Delta to get back. But it's just so many moving pieces in small cities. But I think my prices are fair. I charge anywhere between $3,000 to $5,000. That's fair. Depending on how I feel. That's fair for the work you put out. But I definitely feel like probably by next year for me to get into movies, it's gonna be more in the 5,000 range and on up. So that way I can have more time. Yeah, you got more time and that can flow over to that. Yeah, just more time. For sure. So what's some last things that you want to tell people, and plus after that, even how to follow you and how to find you and all that good stuff, bro? I would say if you were inspiring to be a wedding videographer, just do it. Do it what you have. Not your cell phone, obviously, but I started with I think a Canon 80D camera and the kit lens. That's all I had, you know. But also that first wedding, I rented cameras. Like, you may not have access to funds to do all those things, but we spend money on what we see value in. Right. So if this is something you really want to do, I would say, man, jump on YouTube, go to YouTube school and learn. Like everything that you see that I do, I learned from YouTube. Didn't take much to it. I keep things simple. Keep things simple. Don't complicate the process. Like I said with the weddings, I'm like, it's the same movie. I ain't complicating. I'm showing up when the bride get her makeup done. I'm leaving when the lights come on. It's the same thing. Just don't complicate. Like I said, I shot that Kansas City wedding with one camera. Photos and video, one camera. I don't need 5 cameras. Just one camera, get the job done. Don't complicate it. And just put in the work, man. Just put in the work and go from there. As far as speaking to potential people that's going to get married, like I said earlier, hire a wedding DJ, hire a wedding photographer, hire a wedding videographer. There is a difference. I don't give a care. They play good music. Doing weddings is different. I don't care if he shot music videos. Doing weddings is different. I don't care if he shot Kim Kardashian photo shoot. Doing weddings is different. It just is. So hire people that do things in that industry. Yeah, man. I appreciate your passion, not only to your craft, but like you said, you love doing weddings and you want to get into film. I just appreciate the passion that you have, bro. Appreciate to be willing to put your own money on the line to, even with your family. I'm pretty sure they're supportive 10,000% because that's how you became where you at. Right. So, and that's great. Like you said, I'm not necessarily doing it for the money because I love what I'm doing. Right. So when you love what you're doing, what they say, you never working a day. It ain't work. You never working a day again in your life, man. I give an example. Like when I just shot this wedding in Kansas City, I left here on a Thursday. The wedding in Kansas City was Friday. Shot that wedding on Friday. Got up at 6 a.m. Drove to Bloomington. Shot that wedding on Sunday. Shot that wedding on Saturday. I'm sorry. The wedding in Kansas City was Friday. Left Kansas City Saturday morning. Got to Bloomington, shot that wedding Saturday in Bloomington, left Bloomington Sunday morning to go shoot High Heels and Tea podcast on Sunday. You gotta love it to do all that, because I didn't realize how exhausted I was until Sunday night, and I tried to watch TV and I fell asleep. You just fell asleep. I was gonna say either it was gonna be that night or that Monday morning. That Monday morning I got up, I felt it, but when it's not work, the adrenaline is going. Oh, it's going. I'm not tired driving. I'm not tired the whole day. It's going. And I felt fine when I left from the whole day. When I left shooting the podcast, I was like, man, I'm surprised I'm not tired. Yeah. Got in the shower, man. I sat down, watching TV. And it's like drinking at a bar or club, man. You just drinking. You don't know. You just throwing it back. You don't know. Until you get up. Down, right, you sit down and you get up.
That's exactly what it is,
Yep.
man. So, but man, T, I appreciate you to the fullest for coming on once again, man. And so how can they find you? How can they book you? Because your work model, your booking model is easy, and we wish we could all be like you. When you talk about the work aspect, it's usually not going out to DJ. It's usually the everything before
Right.
and the contracts and this, that, and third. Oh my goodness.
I don't even.
That's the
I don't even have
part.
no long, lengthy contract.
We'll be there. I promise. Sign here. Today's date.
Bro, I just sent them an invoice. And they question. I'm like, man, it's all in the terms and conditions. Because I know once you make that payment, that's your signature. Now you agreed to it.
Exactly.
Just keep it simple. I just keep things simple, bro. I just keep it simple. But everyone can follow me. Find me, Terry Bams. That's my real last name. Terry with a Y, BAMS. Cinematic Bams Films. You can just Google it, or if you Google Bams or Mr. Bams or anything related to Bams, I'm probably gonna come up and you can find me. I have 2 websites. One go to YouTube, one go to just a storefront website. But if you want to know about pricing, you got to talk to the man. You ain't gonna see no pricing nowhere. And like I said earlier, my price depend on my day.
That's the realest I ever heard. It depends on this day. So at the end of the day, when you call or when you reach out, you better be friendly as possible. It better be an awesome couple where he be like, you know what, y'all pretty dope.
And don't hit me up once and then circle back later. That price gonna definitely change.
I thought you said
no, ma'am. Today's price is not yesterday's price.
Look here, the tariffs.
Yeah.
Blame everything on the tariffs.
Oh
at
yeah,
this point.
yeah. It's
Just
going
blame
up.
everything on the tariffs. Well, once again, man, I appreciate you coming out, man, and all those great things.
Definitely.
Look forward to we gonna have another conversation again.
Whenever, bro. I told you,
definitely
you
do it.
my only second podcast ever, and
That's
people been asking,
That's
and I'm
love.
like, nah, I'm waiting. So when you reached out, I'm like, that's my guy. I'm gonna do
That's
it.
love,
I'm gonna do
man.
it.
And I appreciate that to the fullest. You just don't know, man. Look, I hope y'all had a good time with us today on Beats and Vows Wedding Podcast right here on Beat District Radio, YouTube TV with DJ Phat Mack. To the next time, between time, catch us in these streets. Me and Terry in these streets, baby. We out
sir.
here. Music is life. Life is music. We out. Peace.
Cinematic Bams Films.
What made me fall in love with Alex is
Mary is just like a woman, a soldier, and she really complete me. Everything I don't have, and I have it on her.
it's just his personality. He's a caring man. He's charming. He's sweet. That man is just everything.
Actually, like, that's funny. I met in Florida.
Through a mutual friend, and he asked me to become his friend on Facebook.
And one of my friend getting married, and I was the best man, and I meet her over there. And since then, and we get connected, and that's this full story now.
He sent me a friend request and I didn't approve it. Then he just grabbed my phone and approved the friend request. I'm like, what a stalker. And the rest is history.